We're here at Innings Festival. I'm joined by Congress, the band, who just got off the stage about, half an hour ago?
Yep.
How you feeling, guys?
Feeling great.
Amazing.
This is a great show, yeah.
So tell me, you mentioned on stage that this was your first time this far west in the U.S., first time in Arizona. So what did you see? How did it feel up on stage?
It felt like a dream, honestly. You know, right when we hopped off stage, it was just like, it just felt like it just felt like a dream.
It was very surreal. Yeah, it's crazy being this far away from home and having people that are interested to come and see us, you know?
Yeah.
Because we've never been here, you know, we've never been to Arizona, just in general. So coming and playing a show here and seeing people come and support us,
and it was early in the day too, and there's still quite a crowd, right? Yeah. Were there some people out there singing words back to you?
They were a little bit. We were playing a lot of unreleased songs. You know, we only have 6 songs out right now. I mean, they were loving the energy of our unreleased songs, which is always a good sign, you know. So we're super pumped for this year. I
got to watch you guys. I think it was a song called Bay Street.
Yeah.
Is that right? That was a really awesome song. I was getting some Killers vibes, Brandon Flowers, from when you were singing. And then who were the 2 guitar players? You two. The part where you guys are kind of dueling back and forth with the guitar, it sounded amazing. But tell me a little bit about that song, because you guys said you just recorded it last month.
Yeah, that was a riff I came up with, and it was kind of a Kings of Leon influence I had from it, and I brought it to Jet first, and I showed you the song, and then brought it to everybody, and we all kind of put our own influences into it. There's a little bit of the Strokes in it. There's a little Backseat Lovers in it. And we all we did that song in 2 days, 3 days, something.
Yeah, it really just came together because, you know, there's some songs that take a lot of work in, and there's some songs that just come to us naturally very easily, and that was one of the songs. It was just very quick and easy.
Most ones just come naturally. Those are always the best songs.
And you said it comes out, it's dropping on Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
That's amazing. So is that kind of a similar approach you guys have been doing the past year? Because I noticed you guys put a lot of singles, 6 or 7, just in 2025. Is that how you guys been approaching it so far?
Yeah, just singles, and then I think we're gonna start working on an album sometime this summer to come out, or early fall. I think that's the plan. But right now, just feeding the fans and feeding the crowd with new music, you know, every month.
What else you guys got planned in terms of shows for this year?
We're playing a few festivals. We're playing a lot of venue shows. Our schedule, UTA, who is our agents, they do a great freaking job packing out our schedule. So we honestly couldn't be happier. And, you know, writing is very important for us because, you know, like you said, we only have 6 songs out. And we do have a lot of songs in the bag, though, because over the past 2 years, we've been working in the studio hard as hell. And so we're on the final strings of those songs, and we're going to get them out in the next few months. So.
Perfect. You guys mentioned on stage that you did a cover of Valerie, which was amazing, and you guys mentioned that was the reason you guys were on stage. You started as a cover band, but is there an importance to that song specifically?
Totally.
That song kind of blew up on social media, and fraternities and sororities around the South started hitting us up to come play. So I kind of started everything.
There's a video. Yeah, there's a video on TikTok. So we used to build stages for 21st birthdays, you know, during the summer of 2023. And it was Jet's first time playing a drum kit with a band. Yeah. And I remember he called me and he was like, man, I don't know, I got a lot going on back at the house. And I was like, dude, come have a good time in Charleston. It was in Isle of Palms, which is a freaking beautiful beach in Charleston. And it's just you know, you get hooked of the feeling of being on stage, you know. And so I always say our core is our friend group, because we're all from, you know, spread out South Carolina. Lucas is from New Jersey, but, you know, the core, our friend group really built the foundation for Congress the band.
We got the whole spread of South Carolina, you know.
Yeah.
We got Charleston, Columbia, and then Greenville, you know. Being from different schools, it kind of just, it's like wildfire.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, so you guys said you started as a cover band, but when did that spark hit for you guys to start writing your own music and creating your own material?
For 2 years, and it got to a point where we were just looking at each other okay, we need music out. We just don't want to just be a cover band. So
after a couple months though of us being a band, we're we need, people like us. We need to try to write a song, and then we did Out the Door.
Yeah, we're Out the Door. It was kind of the same sort of thing as Bay Street. It was kind of 2 days in the studio. and we wrote the song. Then we went to a person to record it, and it was kind of 2 days in there, had a couple touch-ups, and it just kind of came together like super quick. And
you know, that was our first. So we did try to write for like a few months before we wrote Out the Door. Like, I remember me and Daniel were always getting together with an acoustic guitar, and I went to the Citadel, which is in Charleston, and I'd be in my uniform going over to his apartment, and we'd be trying to write, and we write a bunch of bullshit. But you know, you got to get through a bunch of bullshit before you find like some good shit. You know?
When you get that, how do you know? Is you just feel it? You feel it as grooves?
You just know. Like, you're listening back to it, and you're like, yeah, this is a song for sure.
There's songs too that like some people don't like, some people do, but like, you know, it's the one when everyone's just like, yeah, like Bay Street. Everyone's like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah. And like Out the Door, you know, like everyone in the studio was like, okay, this is a cool song. And I remember like all of us were like, me personally, like I was very scared. You know, it was our first song out. Like we have a lot of like critics or friends, you know, like, okay, let's see if this song's pretty good. And then I actually, like, I remember that day coming out, just getting, like, my whole phone was just filled with text, like, man, this song's actually good, like, you'll have something going for you. So
yeah. So then obviously you guys are, you know, you started off playing just in clubs, but now you're at Innings Festival. Like, I mean, look at the lineup that you're playing before today. You know, well, today, you know, Mumford and Sons at Goo Goo Dolls, you know, Blink-182 is at this festival, Cage the Elephant. So what does it mean to be, you know, on the same page, same lineup as those guys?
It's fucking sick. I mean, it's fucking sick. Like, a couple months ago, I went to Shaky Knees Festival in Atlanta, and a lot of the same bands were playing that are playing this weekend. And I was like, holy shit, like, this is nuts. Like, I want to be playing like a festival like this, and here we are less than 6 months later, and it's, you know, and we're here now. So
I was just telling Daniel 6 months ago I was in history class, and now I'm in Arizona. It's pretty surreal.
Making history, right?
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. So how did you guys form? I know you mentioned you were a cover band, but like, did you guys go to high school together?
Me and him went
not
to
everybody, but
together. So we went to high school together. You started like just acoustic stuff in the backyard, like with a couple guitars. Like I came to a show.
So I've been singing since I was fucking 11 years old. There's videos on YouTube of me playing Bohemian Rhapsody and singing at the same time at 11 years old, and I've always like felt inside that, you know, yeah, I could, you know, sing in a band. I sang in a church band, all that stuff. And then one day we were cooking pasta on Congress Street, right beside the Citadel. And Tall Spratt, who's not in the band anymore, he quit probably 6-7 months ago by now. He started playing some, like a Tyler Childers song, and I was singing. They were like, yo, you should play in the fucking backyard. So we did. We had a cajon. Jet popped up, played the cajon. It was more of just like it was one of the funnest house parties I've ever been to.
It's having a good time, you know. It's just like you're doing it for fun. You're not doing it for anything other than fun, you know.
Yeah. But Daniel was the next guy to join the band. So it was me, Toss, and Jet at the time. Daniel was the next guy. In high school, my junior year of high school, I kicked him out of a party. So Daniel,
he tried to kick me out.
Okay, Daniel, you're a little bigger.
This is for the voice, but Daniel is 6'5", good looking dude, you know. And in high school, big threat, because he was from Pauley's and we're from Columbia, you know. You're like we're city boys, and he's a local stealing our girls, stealing our girls. And so, but I heard that Daniel was in this band called Flatspell, and I heard that he ripped, and so I was like, dude, it was our first out of state gig in Auburn, Alabama. And I was like, you gotta come play. And so he did, and we kicked out our lead guitarist the next day after practice with him because he fucking rips.
It was all for fun. It was never like, oh, we're gonna like make a band and like make it. It was just like, we're just like having fun. Like, I was like, oh, I get to go to Auburn and like play some tunes, go to the bar after. Sounds fun.
Yeah. So you mentioned too that you're, you know, working on new music, hoping to release new music this year. But what's and you got some shows coming up. But what's immediate plans? Obviously, you just got done Innings Festival. But what's the setup for you guys? What's
Beach Mountain, dog? We're going skiing. We're going skiing next week. We got to show up Beach Mountain, and then after that, we're hitting the road hard. We'll be on the road for close to a month and a half. So it's gonna be like a long, hard road. long hard road.
Yeah.
Majority Southeast stuff. We have a couple shows. Like once the summer hits, I know we have a run booked by UTA like through Colorado and then Texas early fall. But it's just mainly like getting these songs out, touring, showing people it live, and just kind of like building up our name outside of the Southeast. Because I would say like that's like the cream of the crop for us is like Southeast right now. We just want to expand, like show anyone outside of the Southeast what we're about.
Right on. So before we wrap it up here, guys, I thought the best way to end it would be you guys ask the crowd, or you have a pump up thing that you do with the crowd. So maybe if we could collectively do that right now to end this interview.
Totally.
Shake it for Congress!
Yeah.